Hey, how you doing? I've uploaded plenty videos last week, but we didn't talk too much. Hence, in today's video, I'm gonna share my experience about how I edited those vlogs. So let me just play a sample video, and the left side will be the video, and the other side will be the timeline in Final Cut Pro. So with no further ado, let's jump in.
Yours is very beautiful.
You are you.
To the exit if an emergency arises.
So, how do you like that video? Well, to be honest, I didn't pre-plan the shot, but it was lucky to have that many clips to choose from, and when I was shooting, I did keep something in mind which I want to use those techniques, so maybe I can use them later. Anyway, after finish the daily vlog about Chengdu, I know I want to dedicate my time to make a B-roll for the cute and pretty model. So I went through the clips I had, and I think, okay, I need to make up a story so I can piece everything together. So my story was the talent is going through some confusion, and she is seeking for peace and happiness. So something happened, and eventually the ending is happy. You know, always keep positive. The first one is added by story. When you have a story which is this talent is going through something, and so she went on a trip, and then after somewhere around here, after talk, and everything changed to another vibe. So with that in mind, it's very easy to piece all those clips, put them together, quite simple. And about cooperate with the background music, here actually I used two different kind of music. The first one is because it's a different type of mode, so I used one song, and I also here use the fade in, fade out because I needed to use the music gradually, and also sometimes when the subject is talking, we need to lower down the volume. And after the talking, because I mentioned there was a change, right? So the mode become changing. Here it's another song. If you are wondering why I cut around here, because you know the song is too long, I have to cut them and use some fade to connect them together. That's it. And since we have already talked about background music, I also mentioned another usage for the sound. For example, here I have used an air cut because here the subject is looking for another side, right? Something might happen. So obviously using the door knocking is too cliche, so actually here it was water sound. So before you can see the next scene, there is already water sound around here. So then the next scene, it comes from the boat on the water, so it's kind of all normal, I believe. And also here I have some transition, right? Within this transition, I actually used the free whoosh sound, so it kind of adds some cool effect. But you need to be aware about the volume, because otherwise it might be annoying. And here you might also notice I have some original sound in the clip. So when I have sound, I will drop down the BGM a little bit. The reason I want to keep the original sound in clip is kind of, you can make the viewer or even yourself to flashback, like I was there, so I can hear the voice around that. And now let's talk about how to cut and when to cut, and also about some cool transition. So here, let's see. I'm not sure if you can hear, but not this job. But here you can Here, actually, it is this job. I made the cut. So there are several ways to cut. You can either cut on beat. Let's say you are using BGM. So in the BGM, there will be some job. You can actually cut on those job. And of course, it depends because you don't have to cut on every job. That will be too predictable and also not necessary. Another thing is you can cut by logic and motion. For example, here the subject is turning her head. So it's kind of okay, you can cut it because there is a motion in it. And we can also cut by logic. Here, obviously, the subject is on a boat, so it's actually logical which she needs to come off the boat. So you can cut that thing, and you can also cooperate with the job thing. I mean the beat thing. And of course, here, let me show you. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to cut right at the job. So what you can do is you can actually use some speed ramping to speed up the clip or slow down the clip just based on your need. And another cutting technique is you can cut the similar scene. Let's say here the camera is being blocked, kind of black. This is also camera reveal. It's kind of camera block it and reveal it in another place. And another thing is here you can see subject remains same, but the background you kind of keep changing. And by using this kind of effect, you can also create something like you have traveled a lot of place. So I think it's kind of cool. And although sometimes we can do hard cut like here, but sometimes for the transition we can actually spice things up. For example, here just use draw mask here to spice things up. If I disable it, you can see there is actually image beside it. I just use draw mask to uncover it. And also here use the fire to use mask. And of course, when you are using mask, it's better to blur the background, so it's kind of better. Also use sound effect if you need it. For example, here it's kind of hard cut, but with a transition, again a mask transitioning from here to here, it might seem better for transition if you don't like the hard cut. And to be honest, the clip can already finish here because it's already from daytime to nighttime. It's about to use the filter color to finish it with black background. But this particular clip, I want to use it because I feel like, okay, I'm still there. And also, you know, nowadays people just use their cell phone. Very rare people actually bring a book with them. So I think that's kind of cool. And not to mention, it has sum up in this clip. So I guess that's it for me today, and I hope you like it. And maybe it might be helpful for you if you're just starting up about the editing or you want to make your own vlog. See you next time. Anyway.